And which we got through with,
Dash jumping.
yeah. Like, the only other place I can think of is the one we need the cape for.
Yeah.
Time to wander around aimlessly again.
Mm. God damn it.
Good job. Why is the name for a vehicle car?
It's not? The name for a vehicle is a vehicle. A car is...
A type of vehicle.
Yeah, it's kind of like slang for sedans and stuff.
Yeah, I think that was a trick question. At the beach, would you rather play in the sand or play in the water?
Both? Like, I guess water if I was forced to choose.
Yeah, I guess I would pick water as well. Oh, I know where we need to go.
What?
Sheikah's.
Sheik's.
Yeah, Sheik's.
Yeah.
Because
What
we
the
just
hell is
learned
that?
we just learned that you can hookshot over.
Spikes.
Yeah.
Now if I
Anyway.
can just figure out where the hell that's at.
Anyway, back to what I was saying. It would for me it would probably be playing the water because I love being in the water. But at the same time, the beach kind of freaks me out a little. Like, I've never really had the same opinion since the one time I was at the beach and I don't know what had happened, but there was all these pieces of jellyfish. It's kind of in the water, and it was disgusting and kind of freakish, and I did not like it. And I'm like, I don't want that to happen again.
That's kind of weird. Is this Impa's way or no?
I think it is.
Yeah. What the hell? Hookshot can't grab... Okay, maybe it can.
If you could be an animal for a day, what animal would you be?
Probably some kind of bird.
I would probably be a fox because they are my favorite.
I just think a bird would be more interesting.
Hmm.
Because you could fly.
That's true. What was your favorite childhood video game?
Final Fantasy VI.
For me, it'd probably be Legend of Zelda series, all of it, or Pokemon. Because those are the biggest two that I grew up with. If you were just given a yacht, what would you name it?
I don't know.
I'd name it Fred. Yeah, a lot of these are just kind of uninteresting. So let's go to interesting and see. Do you speak more than one language?
Nope.
For me, it's not fluently. Obviously I speak English. I also speak a tiny bit of Spanish and some Japanese. How do we know we all see the same colors the same way?
Because, well, I can't. One of the few ways I can't prove that we do, but how it would be more of. It's when it comes to like fashion, people tend to know what colors blend well, and if we didn't see them all in the same way, it wouldn't actually be that way. You wouldn't be able to make a job out of being, I guess, a fashion designer, or I can't think of how to word it. Like because some things universally blend, and the fact that they do that is kind of a not fact, but in a weird way, a study that proves to some extent we all see it the same way. As if I know I'm not wording it well,
but I think I see what you're getting at. It's kind of like the color wheel,
yeah,
pretty much.
and how some colors invoke emotions like that invoke universal emotions, like blue normally calms and relaxes people, and there's so many subjects that have been put into that and so many people that agree with that, it has to have some form of fact to it.
But how do we know it's not just the placebo effect?
That just because they say that's how it works, that's what it does?
Pretty much. Like, the placebo effect is you're given a pill and told this will cure your headaches,
yeah.
And so you start taking it and your headaches are cured. But it's really just a sugar pill. Because there's no way that you can prove that we all see the same thing.
There's no way to prove it, but there's evidence to
suggest it.
It's kind of like the whole, speaking of game theory, their whole red versus blue. Is that people on red teams tend to win certain games more often because the fact that they're on the red team usually makes them more aggressive, while being on a blue team tends to win other games more often because they tend to stop and think and plan.
don't know, because again, again with the placebo effect, but I mean, like, I don't know how to word it now. Yeah, I don't know how to word it. We're gonna move on. If you just won $1 million, would you quit your job?
No. $1 million isn't enough to sustain you for your entire life.
I agree with that. Actually, I think we had a similar question yesterday.
Yep.
So I apologize for that. If you had the chance to be invisible for one day, what would you do?
Go to work.
You'd still go to work even if you're invisible?
Well, I think that would be a lot of fun to be there invisible. Because it's one of those things where it's two complete different worlds. From what I see and what I work with is nothing compared to what's actually going on.
Oh. I would go pretend to be a spooky ghosty and haunt someone's house. Yours is much more interesting than mine.
I don't remember where Sheik's Way is.
I don't know either. I'm like looking through all of the questions now and have not found a really interesting one. Would you survive a zombie apocalypse?
No. Because one way or another, you're gonna die, so you don't really survive it. Though I think the zombie apocalypse would only actually last for like a week. It was something like that.
Yeah, I think it was like if the weather is right, it might last like a year.
Oh.
I'm just kind of like I remember the science, but I don't actually remember the thing.
I thought it was a lot less than that.
It could be. So, I mean, that's if a zombie apocalypse can even get started.
Well, we're assuming that it can.
Yeah.
And if we followed real life physics and stuff, yeah, probably actually.
Yeah, probably.
Now, if we followed like
essentially every game and show you see.
That's what's weird, is they all follow very, very different rules. Like Resident Evil? Early Resident Evil?